Hello. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Hi, Janie. Whew. It has been a couple of weeks. I feel like I've been running like a crazy person. See these bags? All right, we're going to wait for a few people to get on. Actually, I wanted to view it on my iPad as well to see how it looks for you all. So let me grab that real quick. Oh, nope, that's yesterday. Ooh, okay. How do I watch a live on my? Come on. Oh, there we are. Okay, we have some people on. Oh no, I have to turn down the volume so I don't hear myself repeating. Okay. All right, so if you're here and you can hear me, say hello in the chat. It says we have like a dozen people viewing. Hi, Janetta. I'm on my second cup of coffee. Should we do a beverage count? I have lots of beverages in front of me. Coffee, breakfast smoothie, and as always, my giant water. I need them all at all times. Hi, April. Hi, Emily. Oh, you're eating lunch already. That's because you're on the East Coast. It is 10 o'clock here. When I do sew-alongs or when I chat, sometimes we do like a little buddy work time, me and Jenna from Thunderbird Handcrafted. And it's always funny because I'll be like just starting my cup of coffee and she'll be having lunch. Or she'll be at the end of the day planning dinner and I'll just be eating lunch. Northern Maine. I love Northern Maine. My aunt used to live in Northern Maine. Happy Saturday. I know. It's been, I feel like since August 15th, when I started shipping all the fabulous club packs, it has just been like, go, 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 go. And then we had last week at this time, I was fulfilling pre-orders from the summer like a crazy person. And then Thursday, of course, Kasaya and Susan were here and Ellie. And we did the Sew in the States sew along. So if you didn't check that out, you should go check it out. It's on Saya Swag YouTube channel. It's a 3-parter because we kept turning off the live feed on accident. But it was fun. And I'll show you what we sewed. So we sewed up the Passion Flower Tote by Blue Collar Designs, Blue Collar Patterns, I think. And this is Kasaya's. She left hers here because, as you can see, she went shopping. So this is hers. And this is what we sewed these using the different pieces from the club packs in August. So it was tote panels, and I used the waterproof canvas I used from the So Fabulous club pack, the box. I gave her the pink vinyl because I know how much she likes pink. But that was Kasaya's. And then mine is almost finished. So this was mine. All I need to do is sew top stitch around the top, and it is donezo. Isn't she cute, though? I think I'm going to carry this all Halloween spooky season. And there's the inside. I did the zipper overlay just because I like the way that looks better. But it's got 2 pockets. It's so fun. Linda, the name of the bag is the Passion Flower. Oh my gosh, those are so cute. Okay, I have something else to show you. The name of the bag, is it good? Yeah? My husband just brought me something in for the club. Excuse me. The name of the bag is the Passion Flower Tote. Wanda just knocked Kasaya's over. And it is by Blue Collar. Okay. You might have also seen the donut one right there is another one. It's the same thing. Jess Taylor made this. She's one of my strikers. She didn't do any pockets. She just did a snap closure. So there's like lots of different ways you can do it. I'll tell you the biggest, what took the longest is, can you bring up the Beetlejuice one? I made a Beetlejuice one too. What took the longest on this baby? See these straps? So there's 8 different straps, right? So there's a connector strap, which connects that. And then there's the accent straps, which is just the ones that cross over, right? So there's 8 of these bad boys. And that is what took by far the longest, is sewing up the straps. You can see there's 4 different stitch lines, right? And then it was the same on the actual bag handle. So yeah, it was fun. It looks a lot more intense and a lot more difficult than it was. It was just the straps just took a lot of time. But other than that, it was a pretty easy bag. Here's another one. Ooh, I did this with the Beetlejuice tote panel, because we're going to see Beetlejuice next week. We got early tickets, so we're going on Wednesday. And so this was, I think I call it's called the Bug Juice. I think I have like 2 or 3 left of them. But yeah, I sewed this one up before the sew in the States, because I wanted to make sure I knew how to do the pattern, of course. And see, isn't that pretty? Yeah. And we didn't do the top zipper. So the pattern has a like a top zipper closure, which I hate doing those. So we said no. And we just did the snap instead, because that's all I ever really do on a bag anyway. And then we also, there's an option to do like a crossbody strap with, and like connect the connector rings here and do a crossbody strap in addition to these. And I was like, I don't need to do that, because all I ever do is wear a bag like this anyway, right? So, yay. Hi, Peach. All right, it looks like a lot of you. Thank you, Sherry. It is very cute. I am in love with this one. I've been carrying this one right now just because, Beetlejuice is coming up. The other thing we didn't do, because you don't have to, it's up to you. We didn't do purse feet. I just did a black bottom because it wouldn't show the marks as much, I didn't think. So it's kind of, I feel like it's all up to the person. I was watching a video from Lauren Mormino yesterday, and she said that she thinks that patterns are more like suggestions, and you can kind of just alter it the way you want, except of course for the seam allowances, right? Because that's construction of the bag. But all that additional stuff, like, you can kind of just do your favorite techniques, omit stuff if you want. Okay. So, we have a few questions. Let me see. Sorry, I've been yapping and I haven't been watching. Okay. Hi, Sonia. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Linda. Janie, Emily, April. Oh my goodness. Angie. Hi, Angie. Angie's in my neck of the woods. She's just like, a few hours away from me, right? In Oregon. Hi, Gina. Hi, Helen. Hi, Amy. Hi, Mary Lou. Okay. So let me see if there's questions. Noon o'clock. Shout out to Sewing in Oregon. Whoop, whoop. Yep. Angie's in my neck of the woods. Okay. So here we have a question. Janetta says, who is that cutie patootie on your picture, Janetta? So can waterproof poly be interfaced? Yes. So both of my bags here, I interfaced this one with cotton woven, the interfacing, just the normal cotton interfacing from Wawak. I never know how to say it. And then you were supposed to interface, I think she said, with fleece. I don't really like fleece interfacing, so I used the heavier stuff from Castine Handcrafted. It's like the slightly heavier one-up option from the woven interfacing. And that gave it, it has decent structure on it. And then also I used like a medium weight waterproof canvas on the inside. And that gives it more structure anyway, because waterproof canvas is a little heavier, right? So I don't know if her pattern, I think her pattern when I watched the tutorial on these, it was cotton woven on the inside. And so she had a lot of interfacing happening, right? Because cotton woven is lighter, so you have to interface it more. But yes, all of that is interfaced, and I iron on the interfacing, and I have a Steam Pro iron. So I steamed the heck out of it, right? And it didn't hurt the waterproof canvas at all. All right. Emily says that one's on my short list. Yeah, it's a great bag. And like I said, it's like really, it looks really hard. So people are going to think that you really did something. And it's not as hard as it looks, I swear. Okay, so we said it was the Passion Flower tote from Blue Collar Designs. Janie's using her Halloween Totally Fabulous panel for the Champion bag by Lana. Ooh, I haven't seen that one. I will have to look up that pattern. I haven't seen it. Okay, yep. April says great pattern to use club pack. Okay, so, oh yeah, thank you. So Fuse. Thank you. I can never keep straight. There's so many different interfacings. But I will tell you, I really like the stuff from Wawak, W-A-W-A-K. They are on the East Coast. I think they're in New York, but they have like Amazon fast shipping. I ordered some more stuff yesterday, and even with the Labor Day holiday on Monday, it's scheduled to arrive on Tuesday. So it's like, if you need stuff fast. I just ordered some new needles from them too. Okay. You're having Wingo in pre-order. Yeah, that was a mess last weekend, shipping all of that. Okay, so what else was going to show you? Oh, this just came in yesterday. So if you're in the So Fabulous Club, in August, I had to ship you just like plain white boxes because the custom boxes hadn't come in yet. They just came in. And they're really cute. Look at this. Aren't those fun? They have polka dots. Look at how fun, right? And then if it's done, yeah, I was going to say, if we did it correctly, so you go and you open it and it says, isn't that fun? Yay. So if you're in this So Fabulous Club, I still have it open if you're not in it. I'm going to leave it open through today, I think, and then close it. But if you're in this club, you'll be getting a pretty box. Hopefully it'll stay pretty. I don't know. Sometimes the post office and UPS like to beat the boxes up a bit, but hopefully it'll be as pretty as it is now, or at least close to it without too many marks. Wawak is Profuse Flexible and Profuse. So I use Profuse Flexible, and then I use the Castine Handcrafted. It's a cute box. Okay, let's get on with Wingo. So I'm going to put on my other cameras here. All right. So we're going to sew our Wingo cards together, or game boards together today. Okay. It should be fairly easy. What you want to do is we're going to use a 1/4 inch seam on to sew the squares together. And I will show you an easy enough way to get like your points, because that's like the hardest thing about quilting, right? Is getting your corners to match up. Okay. So first, I need to do this too, but first we're going to pick out, I'm going to step over to this camera. First, we're going to pick out our, whoop, Am I back? It's because I removed the main camera from the stage. Am I back now? Let me know. I know it's a little bit delayed, so let's see. Oh no, Sherry, yours hasn't arrived yet. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, that was my bad. It's because I removed the main camera that you're looking at me on from the stage, so I can't remove that one, obviously. That should have been obvious. It was not to me. All right, so I'm just arranging my Wingo boards. So if you haven't done this, go for it. And I was just saying that it's like half of a fox there. For the Wingo that we do in see, is that better? For the Wingo that we do in the springtime, I was just saying that I want to do foodie Wingo. So all different like foodie prints that I've done in the club over the last few years. I think that would be fun because I've done a lot of foodie prints. I'm a big fan. Okay, we need one more. I'm going to do one up here too. So if I'm doing, it's kind of loosely, I'm doing loosely every other like dark light ish. Everything is ish. Right? And then I'm hoping that none of the rest of you got a duplicate. So my son put these together, these Wingo packs together. And we already know that he made one mistake on Peach's. Well, that's not a dark. That needs to be a dark. On Peach's Wingo kit. Oh, wait. Did I do this backwards? There we go. Maybe that fixes it. Is that better? Kind of. So he gave Peach 2 duplicates. So we're figuring out how to fix that for her. But if you did get a duplicate, just send me a message and let me know and we'll work it out. I think I'm out of dark fabrics. So it's going to be with the hearts. Okay. That's going to be my Wingo board. All right. Does everybody have theirs? Are you ready to go? You have it set up? I'm glad you can hear me now. Can you hear me now? All right. So what we're going to do is use a 1/4 inch seam allowance. If you've never used this is like one of my new favorite things. It's from Madame Sew, and it's a seam guide ruler. And what you do is you just put your needle down in one of those holes and then match up where the seam allowance should be. It's great. I love this thing. I think I just got it on Amazon. But all right, so after you have your 5x5 and how you want it to look set up, you're just going to grab the top row, I suppose. And I'm going to grab, like do one on top of the other so I can remember what is supposed to be sewn to what. And we are just sewing along this line, okay? And we're just going to sew a row, right? A row is that way. We're just going to sew a row. So these were the first 2 fabrics. I'm just going to match them up right sides together. And then hopefully my 2.5 inch squares were cut better for you all. And then I'm just going to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay. If I can find the pedal. It just went under the table. Ay, caramba. I swear. Okay. Oh, and I'm going to set my stitch length to just like 3-ish. 2.5, 3 should be good. And if you want to do it like super fast, depending, you can match several, like you can match the first 2 up, sew the seam, then match the second 2 up, sew a seam, and then kind of like put them all together, if that makes sense. You know what? Let me put my other, there you go. Here's my other one. So I already sewed these 2 together. Then I matched up 2 and 3, or no, sorry, 3 and 4. And I'm going to sew these together. And then I'm going to open up And I will sew. Whoop. See, they're kind of like sewn together in a chain, just so you don't have to like stop every single time. And then I'm going to sew. I had it going this way. It's upside down. Oh, well. Doesn't matter. For this, at least. And I'm going to sew 4 to 5. I fused mine onto sew fuse, and now we'll sew them together. There you go. That works. Well, my every other isn't going to work out because I just did it wrong, but that is okay. So now I've sewn, this was 3, 4, and 5 square. I already had 1 and 2, so I'm going to sew 2 to 3. Or I could do it this way. Nah, forget it. It is what it is. Like I said, it's been a long week. You can be a little bit more careful than I'm being. All right. There it is, the first row. Now what we're going to do, let's sew them all together first. We'll sew all of the rows together, all of the squares together in a row, like such. And then we'll come back and I'll show you how we're going to iron it so that the corners match up better. Okay, so I'm going to take the second row of 5 and work on that. Yeah, so Janie says she fused hers with sew fuse. So you fused them all individually, yeah? I don't know which one. That'll work. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. All right. I haven't used my machine, my Juki very much standing up yet. I feel like maybe I should more. Kind of nice standing up and sewing instead of sitting, or like, you know, a lot of times I'm up and down and up and down and up and down when you sew. Let's see, we'll do this one. Let's see. We had so much fun on the Sew in the States. Kasaya was the only one that finished her bag. But I think the rest of us still had fun. I only finished the 2 front panels and I didn't even sew them together, but it was like, I can do that another time. I'm having fun. I was so excited that they picked me, first of all. I was like honored. I was shocked that they even knew who I was. All right. And then they picked me. I couldn't believe it. All right. I'm about to sew, finish up row 2 here. All right. It's a little wonky, but it's okay. All right, there's row 2. Row 3. Let's see. How did I have this set? You have to kind of like pay it, like, right? I'm like, if I go, yeah, this to this. Oh, and this was the one that I needed to trim a little bit. All right, 1 second. Let me get my little mat. This one, it looks like it had a crease, and so it didn't quite get cut at 2.5. It's got a little bit of overhang. when you're cutting, like, I think I cut over 2,000 squares. 2,000, like over, it's like, I think around 2,500 when it's all said and done. But that's a lot of, that's a lot of 2.5-inch squares. So, and I kind of, you cut them in strips so that it makes it more efficient. So I'm sorry if anybody's is a little bit wonky in the cut. Oh, here, JD responded. She says she fused them on a grid on a square with Sophie's. Oh. Okay. That might have been how Jess Taylor did it. She had a different way of doing it so that you didn't actually have to like sew them all together like a quilt. I think she had a way of doing it so that you didn't even have to do seams, actually. This is the way I learned to do it just because my mom and my sister are quilters. And so I was taught when I was little. When I was 10 years old, I made my first. When I was 10, I made wall hangings for my sisters for Christmas. And so I kind of was taught how to sew, squares together and whatnot when I was little. And I kind of decided, quilting isn't really for me. I'd rather do bags. Okay, there's that row. 1, 3. This is the longest. This is what takes the longest, is just sewing the squares together. Let's see. And so she quilts to decide that not everything only has one. Yes, it's true. It's like I was just saying that I was watching the tutorial from Lauren Mormino, and it was her tutorial on how to do zipper, the panel overlay like I did on the haunted houses bag. And she was saying that she believes that patterns are mostly suggestions, of course, other than, I did this completely different too. Other than the seam allowance, right? Because that's part of the construction of the bag. So you kind of need to follow the seam allowance. But otherwise, like all of the different additional stuff that patterns have in them, like it's kind of just up to you how you want to do it. And then also like what your favorite methods are for doing stuff. Like, so when Kasaya, when we were doing the sew along, the first one, the Beetlejuice bag, I pretty much followed the pattern, like her way of doing stuff in the pattern. Okay, row 4 is done. But like when Kasaya was here, and we were doing the sew along, she was like, yeah, I'm not doing it that way. She had like her own, favorite ways of doing stuff. So, and of like, I think it was like the inner zipper pocket construction. She was like, yeah, I don't like doing it that way. I'm doing it my way. Great. It works. You don't have to follow it exactly. But it was fun because that's the pattern. I mean, I usually when I'm doing like the first time I've made a pattern, I try to follow it like exactly right or close to it. And like how they do things in the pattern. So the passion flower tote pattern, she shows you how to do, I think she calls it a continuous strap, how to construct a continuous strap. And it's so that when you're making, so the strap's not as thick, right? So instead of turning the edges in right to the middle and then folding that over, so it's like 4 layers. She has you do it in such a way that there's only like 2 layers that you're sewing through. at a time, which is nice, especially if you don't have like an industrial machine to use, right? It makes it much more manageable. And then again, hi Maisie. My daughter just woke up. We're on a live. Do you want to come say hi? She's in her jammies still. Come here. Say hi, internet world. Hi. She's a light sleeper. All right, go get breakfast. So, and if you didn't want to take all the time to do those straps, Jess, when she made hers, she just did webbing, which you can totally do too if you don't have the time, right? All right. Oh, and it says even seam allowances can be worn as long as you don't sacrifice the sturdiness of the bag. Yeah. And you're kind of like consistent with seam allowances, right? Like you don't want to do one seam allowance 3/8 of an inch and then the other 5/8 of an inch and then another half. Like you got to kind of be consistent. All right, I'm going to go to the ironing and I need to turn on my iron because, I need water too. This iron needs some water. Hey, Jake or Maisie, can you come here? Can you get me a cup of water? Can you get me a cup of water? Like a measuring cup. Go downstairs and get a measuring cup of water and bring it back, please. Doesn't have to be a huge cup. All right, we have a runner. All right, how are you all doing? Any questions about how to do this? We're going to get this done in like less than an hour, I think. I'll drink my coffee while she's running for me. Are you all joining on? I broadcast this also to Facebook, but it looks like most of you are on YouTube. YouTube's kind of, I think I'm just going to do the go-to for YouTube. Sometimes Facebook lags a bit, I have found. And then, so we're going to do another sew along on, when did I say? December 8th? Sunday, December 8th. And we're going to sew, not this exactly. This is just an example of what I did. Oh, you followed the link in the text. Yay, you're getting my texts. Good reminders. I love it. So this is what, after our game board sew along in the spring, I was like, oh, I want to make something with the Wingo board. So, because I wasn't playing, I was just, hosting it. So I made, this was just like a simple, free pattern crossbody. And I used, it's kind of wild. I used all different club fabrics. So we're going to make something. I mean, it's craziness inside. We're going to make something with our Wingo boards. I haven't quite decided on the pattern yet, but it will be December 8th after the last Wingo, 2 days after the last Wingo. Okay. Let's see. Sure. The grid on the Sophies is how I planned it. I'm just watching right now because I'm supposed to be completing a different task. So you're just joining us to say hello. So December 8th, mark your calendars. My water's here. I think it'll probably be some kind of a tote or something. Thank you, Maisie. But let's see if I can do this without burning myself. But it'll be a fun, like, last thing to do with our Wingo game boards. I think that I might start doing that too. I was thinking about that. So I've done Wingo like in person at the different expos. So most recently I just did one at the Sewcation in Las Vegas. And I'm hoping to do it again next year in Las Vegas at Sewcation too. But I'm thinking for those, it would be fun to do like Wingo. So we did Wingo in person on Friday night and it was a big party and it was fun. And then I'm thinking like 2 days Like if I did a wingo on Friday night, then on Saturday or Sunday, I could teach a class and we could sew something together with our wingo boards. I think that would be a fun little addition. All right, so now we are all steamed up. I'm going to take the pieces. I'm going to turn them over so I know what I'm doing. And I'm going to iron these seams in opposite directions. Okay, so if I go, like if this row goes this way, then I'm going to iron these seams this way. Then I'm going to iron these seams this way. Does that make sense? I'm not used to using this little iron anymore. This is like a little like chargeable cordless iron. It's pretty cool. I got it on Amazon. Panasonic. Can you see it? But it charges on the base here, and then it doesn't have a plug. It doesn't have a cord hanging from it, which is nice. Okay, so I'm going to iron these ones to go this way. Now, this process is just going to make it easier to line up the corners, hopefully. It worked last time, so. Whoop. Got to get them out of the way, though. I'm going to iron over what I just did. All right, does everybody know when our first wingo is? I hope. Because it's really coming up soon. Just like everything else. Okay. Now that these are, all the seams are going opposite directions, now I can take them, turn them back over. That's wonky. We'll see how that works. Okay. And I'm going to take them and sew them right sides together, still with the 1/4 inch seam. Vegas wingo was a blast. Yay. Thank you. Are you going to go to Vegas next year, Amy? I'm going to try to do, we're going to see how well these points are done. In theory, if you keep your 1/4 inch seam allowance the whole time, and the squares are same size, this should work. But you know what? Like I said, it's been a long 2 weeks. 2 weeks? I don't even know how long it's been. 2, 3 weeks? It's been bananas. Cuckoo bananas. Yeah, no, I think this is working. And you know what I try to do? I just try to realign as I get to each point. I try to like see where I'm at and like realign a little bit because, you know, cotton woven has a little bit of give. So sometimes it just kind of rolls into the seam. Roll into it. Roll into it. All right, let's see. Let's see the bad news. Oh, no. Oh, no. But, the last one's a little off, but it's not bad overall. Right? Not bad. I'm already thinking of wingo markers. Yeah, Lisa. Oh, for Vegas. You're thinking of wingo markers for Vegas. Yes. Would you all do a class with me? Like on like making something with our wingo board afterwards? If I did that? I think it could be fun. All right, I'm going to go row 2, row 3, and 4 now. I mean, I guess I could just do row. Yeah, I'll do it this way. Yeah, and see if you look here, I'll iron this real quick and show you. If you look on the back. Amy, I am not going to Orlando. I know. I'm not going to Orlando. I have serious FOMO because I'm not going. And I almost did it, but I was like, you know what? I got to be responsible. I'm exhausted and I feel like I'm running on fumes. And so I think that would just make me more exhausted. And I wanted to take some time to like catch up and focus on all of the different clubs that I have going on, the subscriptions. So there it is ironed. And there you can kind of see how the top row and the bottom row, the seams are going the opposite way, right? Just makes it easier to line up the points. So absolutely thinking winter members kind of have to since I'm working there. Oh yeah, well, yeah, you have to go. Sorry. You're gonna have fun though. It's always such a good time. Let's see. I'm just gonna stick with what I'm doing. I'm gonna line up. I'm gonna do row 3 to row 2. And I'm kind of being lazy. I'm not even clipping these. I mean, I don't really think you have to, right? If you just kind of go slow and make sure everything's lined up. I will plan to go to Vegas though next year in July because that's on the West Coast with me too. That was the other thing about Orlando. Orlando's just so far away and it's so far to ship product and stuff. And it's a long flight. So I was just like, well, I had gone to the So Magicals. I went to Tennessee and I went to Florida. But they're not happening anymore. I think most of you know that. But it was just a long haul taking a bunch of product and it was exhausting. Now it was fun because since it was in Orlando, that also meant Disney World. But it was just not in the cards this year. I definitely will be in Vegas though. Vegas was fun. Well, that wasn't as good. Yeah, we have a few off, but it's not terrible again. We just won't look too close to it. Let's see. Janie says you're in. Earlier, I'm doing the whole experience at Salty So. Yeah. Oh, cool. That'll be fun. I know I'm having serious FOMO and I'm not going to be there. Ooh, I thought I was going to be there. Oh, Lynn, do not worry at all. You can always go back and watch this. I'll post this to my channel. Okay. We are just sewing our squares together. The main thing is, so we sewed our 2.5-inch squares in rows first. So we sewed 5 different rows. Then we took them and pressed them. The main thing to make sure of is when you're pressing the seams, you're pressing in different directions for every row. Okay, so I'll show you right here, or maybe this is better. Is that better? So you can see the top row is pressed going this way, and the bottom row is pressed, or the second row is pressed going the other opposite direction. And that just allows you to match up the corners a little bit better. You probably all have much better corners than I do. It's definitely a little bit wonky. It's all right. All right, I'm going to go row 4 to row 3. And then usually I try to okay, I put them face and then I flip it down to make sure I know what it's going to look like. And you know what? If you clip them, you might have better luck. I'm just kind of being lazy here. You could always clip or pin these together to make sure that they match up better. But, oh, let's see. Here we have a few questions. Orlando, Amanda is going to be keeping me very busy. Yeah, I bet. I know. You guys do a good job, though. It was so fun. For the row, should I be pressing all of those seams down? Do you mean after you've sewn all the 2.5-inch squares together and now you're looking to, and now you have the rows? I think you can just press them. I've been pressing them after I sew each row, just because it's easier. Right? I go here and I've just been pressing it. I mean, it doesn't, you're going to be done. So you don't need to like, you can just press them all down, right? You don't need to like be as careful about which way you press them, I don't think. All right, row 4 to row 3 is happening. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to mention. So if in your Wingo packs, I sent Jade from Heartwood and Hyde made, see this one isn't, I can tell it's not going to match up quite as, so I'm just kind of giving it a little bit of a tug. Try to make it, force it there a little bit better. So Jade from Heartwood and Hyde, and sometimes you can kind of inch the bottom layer of fabric will kind of be like sucked up a little bit. So you can kind of inch it like under. So it like, see, oh, maybe you can't see. Here, let's take Joss's question off. Okay. So see these ones, this one is a little bit too long. So I'm just going to kind of like inch it in a little bit because it will get sucked up in the seam when you sew it. The bottom layer usually gets sucked up a little bit. So if it's a little longer, that's okay because the bottom layer will get sucked in. I don't know how else to say it. Let's see if it worked. Yeah, more or less. Right? Okay. And yeah, I'm just gonna press these down, Joss. Ooh, I just sprayed myself. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to press it a little bit this way because they're getting, sometimes they get a little bit like crunched, folded in. Okay. There we go. So I just have this one to do. So I want to make sure these spider webs are facing the right way. So it'll be like that. I'm going to sew one more row there. Okay. So Jade, I don't know, I keep going off what I was supposed to be saying. So Jade from Heartwood and Hyde, she made tags again. And I included one in most of yours. There is, it's this tag. Okay, in your Wingo packs. If you didn't get this, it's probably because the tags weren't here yet, and I wanted to get everybody's shipped as fast as possible. So the ones I kept out were people that I knew were in my fabric clubs anyway. So I'd be sending you something in September, and I will include this in your club. Okay. So if you don't have this, it's fine. We will be using them the intention was that we'll be using them in our sew along, our final sew along on December 8th. Okay. So when we can put this on what we make with the cards, the game boards, if that makes sense. So if you didn't get one, don't worry. I have your name on a list. I think it was just everybody, or not everybody, but it was a lot of people that were in my fabric clubs. I had to like decide. I was looking at addresses of where you lived And if you were on the East Coast, I was trying to make sure that I got your packages out first, even if that didn't include a tag, because I wanted to make sure that you had your Wingo board in time for the sew along. Now, although it doesn't look like that worked out with everybody, but as much as I could. It was I was trying to do that, and in addition to fulfilling the pre-orders at the same time. So there was a lot of moving pieces. And then I got Jade's tags on Monday. So it was like a really quick. I was like throwing them into packages and running to the post office. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, those tags are adorable. So these are the same tags I handed out. They were part of the Wingo kits in, these might be the best points yet. They were part of the Wingo kits in Vegas when we did the Wingo in person. Okay, now I'm just going to press and we're done. So I decided that it would be so fun to include them and then do a sew along with them. Let's see. I'm going to press on both sides. Now, if you want to go and trim this down, you can see what it will trim down to. I think for our sew along, we'll probably end up like adding a border or something to the outside. Do you need me? Oh, did you just open it on accident? Let's see what this might trim down to. So we've got, can you see that? It's kind of wonky. Let's see, here's 30. So this is, it should be, I mean, technically it should be a 10 by 10, right? Because we did 1, 2 and 2.5, 2.5, 5, 10, 12 and a half. I don't know. And then 1/4 inch seams. How do you figure that out? I've never been a math whiz. But I think we can, I think I can trim down to a 10 by 10. That's what I'm going to do. I sure need to get back to quilting. My board is pretty much, it is okay. We welcome wonky boards. Were there any more Wingo kits? My grandmother's wanting to play too. She's been watching. But aw, I can see. I did sell out at. I think we have 90 people playing this time. But I think you already sent me a message. So, see, mine's going to be a little short on this side. It's totally fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. But I think you already sent me a message, right, Sherry? I know. I have several people that are like, oh my gosh, it's sold out already. It sold out really fast. It sold out within like a few days. Like maybe two. It might have sold out within 2 days. And then I found one more kit. And then that sold out like immediately as soon as I posted it. Okay. So oh yeah, it's going to be just a 10 by 10 is what I'm trimming this full board to. And then we are done for now. If you want, you can add like interfacing to the back of it if you haven't done that already. I'm sure we'll want to have interfacing. I'm sure we'll add interfacing of some sort when we sew it anyway, when we do a sew along. And then if you didn't see, I don't know really what's left, but I did post. Yeah, she's a bit wonky here. It's okay though. It's okay. Everything is okay. All right, we're not judging you for the wonkiness of your Wingo board. I posted the leftover, what I had left over on retail. I just posted that this week. I posted it on Thursday. So I do have some shark stuff, some of the jaws. I do have these tags. I don't know how many I have left because I haven't really looked at the orders yet, but I did get more of these tags in from Jade that go with the sharks. So if you wanted any of those, now might be the time to do it. I'm going to send an email out. I only sent emails out to Wingo people, so all of you, and then also my fabulous club members. So I'm planning to send an email, a mass email out to everybody, to my whole list, today or tomorrow. So, hi, Katie. It's okay that you're late to the game. You can always watch this later. Both my daughters were, Mom, you didn't get us one too. Aw, and now you have mom guilt. Let's see. Do we need the 26th block? Nope. So here's my disclaimer. My son, who's almost 13, was begrudgingly putting these kits together. And he, I think, messed up on putting some together. So if you have a duplicate, if you only have 25, that's fine. You only need 25. But if you have duplicate squares, like squares that are the same pattern, send me a message and let me know. Take a picture of what you have and send me a message and what you know of what, send me a message of what you have with a picture there. Talking is hard. I know of one person already that has a couple duplicate squares. So we'll get it figured out. I promise. My points are not on point either. Totally fine. Oh yeah, you could use, that's a great idea. You could use heartwood and hide tags for markers. That's a great idea. Hello. Let's see. Do you combine orders? I forgot to order tags when I got fabric. Yeah, I can combine. So what I'll do is just put in another order and then I'll just refund you shipping when I fulfill the first order. Yep. That's usually what I try to do. I try to always combine orders and then I always try to refund shipping. If shipping is over, I refund shipping over $2. So if you're within over $2 of extra, then I'm going to refund you. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any other questions? We all good? Okay. So Wingo, I don't know if anybody answered this when Wingo is. The first Wingo is less than a week away. Hopefully I will have gotten some sleep then and I will be energized. It is next Friday. It's next Friday at 4:30. So they're all at 4:30. In your Wingo pack, you have this. On the back is everything you need to know. Okay. So Wingos are at 4:30. First one is Friday, September 6th, which is next week. They're always the first Friday of the month from September through December. And then we're going to have the after party on December 8th. All right. And it's all Pacific time. Well, I mean, it gives you both, but it's 4:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Eastern time. I'm on the West Coast. Okay. So just bring your game boards that you've made and then just grab markers. You can grab these. Tags are great. Flips are great. I mean, there's so many different options for markers, right? People have used corks before. People have used mini alcohol bottles. Lisa, I'm looking at you. Yep. Ooh, what is my favorite crossbody bag? I really like the Pixie. Is it like a small bag that you want or like a big bag, a tote bag? So, I mean, the bag that I just showed, the Passion Flower tote, comes with a crossbody strap that you can add on. If you're looking for like a smallish bag, like this, like that size, I really like there's a bag by Spencer Ogg, and it was like the first like legit bag that I made. And and it's called the Pixie, I think. And she has a great tutorial, and Jess from Oakley Roots has a good tutorial on it. But I made a couple of those, and I really like that one. But it just kind of depends what. Oh, a small bag. Yeah. I would try the Pixie. Go look at that from Spencer Ogg. Also, Spencer Ogg, I just got, Diane is the pattern designer from Spencer Ogg. And she's so fun. She's in England, and she has really fun tutorials. And she always, like during her tutorials, she takes breaks for a biscuit and tea. And it's super cute. And they're easy to follow, but she just released a new tote pattern like yesterday, and it's on sale right now. I bought it immediately because I was like, it's a tote. I love totes. I need it. So that might be my next make. I'm excited about it. Pixie on my list for a while. Yeah, it's super cute. My Pixie is like buried in my closet right now. Otherwise I would show it. But I made a Pixie with fabric from the very first fabric club I ever shipped out, which was in May of 2021. And I just saw the Pixie the other day, and I was like, I should make another one of those now that I like know what I'm doing, or know more of what I'm doing. Yeah. Go get that one. So the Tip Top tote from Spencer Ogg is what it's called. And she has a deal on it right now. It's like $10 or something, I think. But it's totally worth it. And like I said, her tutorials are great. And she's a hoot. As Amber from the Crafty Reporter says, she's a hoot in a handbasket. I love it. No, I think we need stickers that say that. Hoot in a handbasket. All right. Oh yeah, cork pattern labels. Amy got her shark tags. Oh, shots. shot. Yes. Yeah, Spencer Ogg likes tongue twisters. Well, so do I. Freaking Fabulous Fabric Club. Jess from Oakley Roots thinks that's a good tongue twister. You say it 5 times fast, right? All right. So, it's only 11:04. This was an hour long. This was a quick sew. No big deal, right? I feel like I'm just looking at these like bags right here. I'm gonna go get more sleep. All right. I hope everybody has a good Saturday. And if you have any more questions, feel free to message me on Instagram, on Facebook, or send me an email. If you have already sent me an email or a message and I haven't got back to you, it's because my life has been absolutely insane. And I need to sit down and just kind of do some housekeeping and responding to stuff. Because I don't like to keep you waiting. And I'm also going to try to fulfill some of the retail orders that just came in so that we can get them out of here before the Labor Day holiday. All right. Yay. Have fun, Lisa. Happy Saturday. A pair of pattern people putting out the phonetics. All right. Bye, Peach. Oh, Peach, send me pictures of what clubs you have so we can get your duplicates taken care of. If you just send me a picture of the clubs that you have available, then I'll tell you which ones. I'll figure it out for you, which ones to cut into for your 2 extra squares. The duplicates, I'm sorry about that. Are they sold out, Amy? Ooh, I'm getting more Bug Juice Glow in the Dark vinyls in. I don't know that I'm getting any more of the panels in. At least before Halloween. All right. Yeah, go watch the replay and reach out to me if you have any questions, Katie. Put on some good jams and dance through the day. I think we should leave it on that comment, everyone. Go put on some good jams. And you know what I've been listening to a lot of is Harry Belafonte, because those are the 2 songs from Banana Boat and Shake, 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 Sonora, Shake Your Body Line. That's because Beetlejuice, and we're going to see that next week. So I've been listening to a lot of him. All right. Happy Saturday. Thanks for joining me. Bye.